It's like getting in your car and saying, I'm going on holiday, and you don't know where you're going. And you just drive and keep driving. And let's say you've got friends or family in the car and they're saying, when are we going to get there? And you're saying, I don't know. So if you think about Apple as an instance, in the early 1990s, Apple was in a really bad place. They had no direction. Their sales were declining. People were leaving the business. And the market wasn't sure whether Apple was going to exist moving forward. Step in Steve Jobs in 1997, and Steve came with a vision of what he wanted to create. A technology company which changed the status quo. It innovated, it moved fast. So he had this clear vision and this end goal that he wanted to achieve and why he wanted to achieve it. And then he got his whole team on board with what he was trying to do. And that end goal and vision drove every strategic decision of that business. They could make decisions fast because they knew that it aligned or didn't align with what they're trying to achieve, and they could quickly rule out or rule in changes that they wanted to make. And now Apple is one of the most successful businesses on the planet because they had a clear strategy which was born out of an end goal and a vision that Steve Jobs implemented when he joined Apple. So if you think of the Apple story, and there's many others, but Apple, obviously, everyone knows the Apple brand. If you're starting a business or you have a business and you haven't got your clear vision and end goal, how do you know what direction to go in? It's like getting in your car and saying, I'm going on holiday, and you don't know where you're going. And you just drive and keep driving and keep driving. And let's say you've got friends or family in the car and they're saying, when are we going to get there? And you're saying, I don't know. That's like driving a business without a vision, without an end goal. You don't know where you're going. You know what you're trying to do. You're trying to sell your service or you're trying to sell your product and you want to scale it. And, you know, everyone knows that that's what businesses try to do, is create growth. But people can't get behind that, especially if it's in your head. If you onboard people whose values, if they work with you or your clients are in tune with your values, in tune with your end goal and your vision, then those become heroes of your business. They will create energy within your business. They will drive because your purpose, your why, is going in a direction that they believe in. So if you have got a business and you haven't got an end goal or have laid out, you should have. Think about that and let me know what you think. I'd love to hear stories about if you've started a business, you've started to grow the business, but then you realise that you needed to implement something and that something was a vision or an end goal, then I'd love to hear your story and what impact that had on you. Because my business, I took from £3,000 to £24 million in 11 years and I sold it to an investment bank. I then bought the business back because it was failing at 8 million and losing £500,000 a year. And I grew it in 5 years from 8 million to 31 million. And that's because I had a clear vision and end goal. I also had a mentor, which was a 250 MD, which was a significant help. But that vision and end goal, it wouldn't have happened. And then I sold it again to a high net worth family office.